Hey everybody, it's Innovision! And I've had a couple folks in the community asking if it's possible to install custom fan curves under SteamOS on ROG Ally devices. And the answer to that question is absolutely. This video is a quick update to show you just how to do that. It's quite possible this approach also works on the Xbox Ally branded devices. I don't have one to test with, so if anybody out there has one and wants to try this out, try it out, drop a comment, let me know how it goes. We'd love to hear from you. So it's all made possible via a decky loader plugin. And so we're gonna go down here to our plugins. The plugin we're gonna be talking about is this power control plugin. And so the very first thing you're gonna wanna do is, once it's installed, is enable the settings. And so there's several different options here. SteamOS only offers 3 different TDP settings: the low, the balanced, and the performance profile. This gives you more fine-tuned control over your TDP settings. It even allows you to adjust the power governor to either be power save or performance. And it lets you switch out the CPU scheduler. And so by default, SteamOS uses the LAVD scheduler. And you can even adjust the number of cores, different variables around core isolation. You can adjust your GPU frequency scaling mode. So I like to use auto, but by default, it has it set to unlimited. You can adjust the charge limit here, which as of SteamOS beta, you can adjust your charge limit anyways, so you don't necessarily need this feature, but it's nice. Now this is the feature we're interested in here, the enable custom fan control. By default, this radio button is disabled, so we're gonna just enable it here. And I have different profiles that I already added. So I've got a stock profile and a full speed profile. And so if I go ahead and crank it up to full speed, we're starting to see the fan speed climb up, and you can actually see it right there, which is really nice. Let me put the microphone at it so you can hear it. Let me swap it out for the stock profile and show you how to edit them. So we see it's dropping back down. And so if you go into this manage profiles here, we can click on stock and there's this option edit. So we'll click on edit. Effectively, you can adjust the control points on this spline to create the behavior you want. So at lower temperatures, we're going to have less percent of fan use. And at higher temperatures, we'll want higher percent of fan use. And you can customize this just by moving these control points, for example. You can see here at 25%, we're at 50% fan speed. And then when you're done, you can actually save it. I can overwrite stock, or I can just call this one, test. And I'll just go down here and click save. And so now the current profile is system auto. Let me plug it in on test. And we should see it start to go up a little bit. Yeah, but it won't get as loud as full speed. There's also this old UI mode right here. I'm using the old UI. In this plugin, the old UI has all the controls going, from top to bottom. In the updated UI, each section, like TDP settings, fan control, etc., you would navigate through the sections by using the left and right bumper. So let's take a look real quick. The new UI uses L1, R1 to switch between the different categories of control. I like the old UI because I like to see everything in one spot and not have to cycle through things. There's also this option here, periodically reapply settings to prevent overrides by other tools. This would effectively cause it to override the behavior of SteamOS if SteamOS has its own power governor. So you might want that option. I'm not really using the TDP settings, but if you do plan on using the TDP settings of this plugin, you're going to want to enable this option here. For enabling the plugin, we're going to want to go over to our desktop. For those of you who are just joining us, we have a Discord that's free for all of our subscribers. We even now have membership tiers that include access to private chats. Don't miss out. Be sure to join the deeper discussions that we have on Discord. So once you're in desktop mode, the first thing you want to do, if you haven't already, we're going to want to set our root password or administrator password. And If you already have Decky Loader installed, you just need to skip over to the download the plugin section of this video. If you have not configured Decky Loader, you're going to want to set your passwords. You'll type in PASSWD. And if it's the first time you're setting your password, it'll say enter new password here. You'll enter it twice and you won't see any text on the screen here, and that's normal. And so once you've entered your password twice, you've hit enter twice, your password will now exist and you can go on to the Decky Loader section. Now to install Decky Loader, open Firefox and type Decky Loader. And we're going for the second link here, this decky.xyz. So you'll click on that and then you'll click download here. And I already have it downloaded, so just created another installer here. But you'll double click on it and then you'll click launch and then you'll click continue. And it's going to ask for our password. And there's 4 options here because I already have it installed. If you don't have it installed, you'll just have 2 options. And the 2 options will be whether you want to use the stable release version or the beta. And so this depends on which update channel you're on. If you're on beta, main, or preview, you'll want this option here, use the latest pre-release. If you're on stable, you'll just use the latest stable release. I'm not going to install it because mine's already installed here. But once that's done, you'll just head over to your favorite search engine. I'll have links to all this in the description of the video. And so we're heading over to Power Control, and there's a quick install command here. We want this curl command. So you'll copy this curl command, and then you'll open a terminal or console. You'll paste the command and hit enter. It's going to ask for your password. And once that's done, the plugin is installed. It's a good practice to go ahead and reboot at this point just to avoid any issues. I would recommend that. And so we're back on our game mode UI, and your plugin should just show up here under your Decky Loader plugins. Anyways, I hope this helps everyone out. Be sure to drop a comment, let me know how it's going. Be sure to hit the like button on the video, subscribe, hype it up. It helps the community out, and it makes sure you don't miss all the amazing tech, toys, and gaming tips we've got coming down the pipeline.